Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Awesome Creations channel. Today is another special day because, now bear with me. I have bought a metal bandsaw. So, it's probably another bit of a risk. Similar to with the Andeli, not a very popular make. It was a cheap one on eBay. I need a metal bandsaw. So, again, I was looking at prices. Now, this one is a horizontal bandsaw, but it also goes in an upright position. So you can use it as an upright bandsaw to do more difficult things. And it is a chopping horizontal bandsaw. So this one was £350. Again, another cheap brand. It was what was the brand name again? Oh, hang on a minute. Dirty Pro Tools. Yes, Dirty Pro Tools. Never heard of them. Yeah, so another risk, unknown brand. It looks like it does everything that I want it to do. Now, the other types of bandsaws that I've seen, kind of uprights or more of an more expensive horizontal cutting bandsaws, were ranging from 550, was around about the cheapest that I could get. Now, I haven't got enough room to have two types of bandsaw, an upright and a horizontal one, you know, that does all kind of lubrication when it cuts and cooling and everything like that. I haven't got the room, I haven't got the money to do that, so I found this one. I'll tell you what, I'm a bit nervous of opening this, and it is ridiculously heavy. If you do make it through the rest of this video and you do end up ordering one, I'll tell you what, your courier will not be happy with you. This box is 65 kilos. So, yeah, right. Let's get it open. I'll tell you what, this is bloody heavy, and as you can see, there is some assembly required. Yeah, so this is going to be interesting. Okay, so it's out the box. There's a lot of things, right. I knew I was going to have to do some building with it anyway, but there's quite a lot, and I think this could take me a really long time. Really long time, do you get it? I'm so tired, right. Okay, so first impressions. It was packaged pretty well. Yeah, I mean, they've utilised everything in the packaging. Loads of little pockets in the polystyrene packaging. I guess the only thing that will worry me is if the box had been damaged or ripped open during transport, then some bits could have been lost. One random little nut and bolt. So yeah, we don't know where that goes. Yeah, at the moment, so far, quality wise, the pulleys there, if you can quite see that, they're quite rough. They're not finely machined, but everything's packaged pretty well. It's all got a you know, light oiling on virtually everything, just to fight off the rust. A whole bag of nuts and bolts. This is going to be fun, isn't it? Now, don't get me wrong, I like building things. I love building things. I guess there's just sometimes you just don't want to. And I'm kind of thinking this might be one of them. So, I'll tell you what, by the looks of it, so far, it looks pretty decent. That is a cast iron body there. I'm not going to mess around with it too much until it's... oh, there we go. Oh, alright. All been packaged pretty well. Yeah, it looks like it's been put together fairly decently. If there are any things wrong with it or any issues, we're going to see during the construction process. And for those of you who are maybe new to the channel and you happen to be noticing my Milwaukee heated hoodie, please refer to my previous video, the review video of the Milwaukee M12 heated hoodie. Yeah. So yeah, anyway, right. I think, yeah, we're going to need to consult the manual. And yeah, I'll speed up this process because I think it could take some time. This is it. It is now put together. So the instruction booklet was not very clear at all. I think this was made in India, and yeah, the translation in some of the instructions was just terrible. The pictures were diabolical. They were really blurry. They were, yeah, you could barely see the parts that they were describing, and sometimes the pictures actually didn't match what was on this bandsaw. So I think this design has maybe been ripped off from another one, but what can you expect for 350 quid, eh? Yeah, so it should have taken 2 people to build this, apparently. This is so heavy. The saw arm and the motor and everything is really heavy, and getting it onto the stand was a little bit tricky. So as you saw, I had to put it on the bench and attach it from the bottom, because it should have gone on from the top, but I couldn't do that. Yeah, luckily I didn't drop it, didn't trap any fingers, still got all them left. Yeah, so we're all good. Now, there's a couple of things about the machine which, again, it's the build quality. It's probably not the best. Hopefully it will work. This cap here at the top for the drive belts doesn't even really do up. The screws don't line up with the hole, but I don't anticipate that going to be a problem. Literally the only thing we've got left to do now is to put something in it and fire it up. Now, so the bandsaw is a little bit lower than I anticipated. It's, yeah, quite a low down machine. It shouldn't be too much of an issue. It is, as I said, it does to horizontal and it does vertical. We'll get onto the vertical bit in just a second. So, yeah, literally nice and easy, on and off switch. This here is the adjuster for the auto stop. So once your bandsaw's come through your material, it will hit the stop and turn it off. It's pivots quite nicely. There is, you can stand it all the way up there, look. This spring and this adjuster here, this apparently lowers the speed in which it drops or goes through the material. I've tried using it in literally the 2 extreme conditions of adjustment. Really, really loose and really tight. And if you've done it really, really tight, then it is slightly slower, bringing the arm of the saw down, but not a lot. It's a bit strange. So this handle here adjusts the tension in the blade. Now, per the book, it does say that the blade tension has already been set. The guides on the ball bearings here is all set, and it should be good to go straight out of the box. This handle here adjusts the the blade tension guide, so that adjusts this bit. Now this one here, these two bolts up here adjust the camber of the blade. Now you don't need to touch these until you've changed your blade, so I'm not going to be doing anything with these right now. I've done the belt, I've done the adjustment on the belt. Now if we lift it up, this here, this big bolt here, that is the height stopper or height adjustment stop. So you can undo this, loosen this, make it taller, and it will stop before coming through the bottom here. Yeah, which is okay. This little handle here, this opens up the vise. And you've got a couple of bolts back here. These adjust the angle, so you can do mitering on your work. So just got a little bit of trusty 12mm square bar. Use this for quite a few things. Gonna pop that in there, clamp that in, nice and tight. Just sits over. Now, we lower this down. Now this is where it's all going to get interesting and tricky, because I don't know, do you aid it to push down before it does anything? Do you lift it and then lower it in itself? I don't know, I guess we're going to find out. As always, safety first. Alright, now, so we're just going to, this is it, this is the first firing up. Oh! Okay. okay. That was it was a little bit louder than I anticipated, to be honest. But yeah, it's all running okay. Now I'll get to this in a second. The pulleys and where to put the pulleys. There is actually one good thing in the book. There's a good guide on what materials to use and what pulley speeds and settings you need for those. So we'll have a look at that in a second. So let's crack on with this. Now, that's not gone all the way through. Well, that's a bit annoying. Okay, so that means we just need to adjust this to let it go a little bit more. Alright, we're almost through. Okay, so it's just shut off now. That should have shut off there. Yeah, don't know why that didn't. Yeah, so that did take a minute, but it has given us a very clean, very straight cut, which is exactly what I need it for. So yeah, I'm quite pleased with that. So that little, the auto stop there, that just might need a little bit of an adjustment. Yeah, so far I'm quite pleased with it. The build quality isn't fantastic, as I've said. It's definitely a cheap knockoff of another brand, but you know, £350 compared to the £550 minimum, and to get a decent one of these, you know, a really expensive one, you're looking at about £1,000. So for me, what I need, again, I'm only a hobbyist. I'm only doing a few little things. I'm not doing anything industrial. I'm working on some sculptures and I'm building things for myself. So, you know, it's I think it's going to be absolutely fine. One real minor issue is these pulleys and the instructions for fitting them was not very good at all. You can't follow the instructions to the letter, so you just kind of have to go by feel with these. The quality of the pulleys is really shocking. Actually, they're not great. They haven't got fantastic finishes on them. This case also just doesn't want to stay shut. Oh, hang on, we got it. No, I thought we had it there. Oh, there we go. There we go, we got the thread. Okay. Alright, excellent, nice and secure. So another reason why I decided to go for this bandsaw is because of it having a vertical feature. So you can lock it in place and work like a regular bandsaw, which we're going to do now. Okay, so this is incredibly frustrating. The screw here is done up way too tight. The head of it is now stripped, and I need to take this plate off here to be able to put this plate on here, and then you adjust that and pop it on this little bolt underneath. and that keeps that in place, and then that gives you your working table. But I can't do that if that screw is rounded. So yeah, that's a little bit on the disappointing side. So that was a bit frustrating. I can't show you how it operates in the vertical position. Yeah, because of that screw. So it's limited access with the guide and everything here, the blade guide. So I will eventually, I'll get around to drilling it out. At the moment, I only really need it to do this chopping. So yeah, it's frustrating, but it's not the end of the world. And again, what can you expect for £350? One other thing is, as you can see, it's here. It's locked up in the vertical position, and it's really on the wonk. So working on it, it's quite low. I don't know actually. Yeah, I'll be bending over a little bit. I'll probably get a backache when I'm working with this in that position. So maybe I could see about making another base for it, raising it up, maybe attaching it to a workbench or something like that. So horizontally, all good. Vertically, fail. Massive fail. There was this that came with it as well. Now, in the book, it didn't fully describe what this does. If anybody watching knows and can tell me, that'd be great. But it did say, put it in here. There's a little grub screw there. So yeah, so all I can see this doing is being a trip hazard. Or I'm going to be bashing my bits on this. Knees, I mean. I'll be bashing my knees on this. Yeah, I could just see that getting in the way, so yeah, I ain't using that. Yeah, so that's pretty much about it, really. Build quality, yeah, not great, but it will do its job. How long it does its job for, I suppose that's remains to be seen. It seems like a pretty decent bit of kit. It's not the best, but for, like I said, for a beginner like me, you know, never even using one of these before, it will serve a purpose, and that's the main thing. So I hope you've enjoyed the review. As always, if you've got any questions, please ask. I will do my very best to answer them. If you have any feedback, please leave a comment, leave me some feedback, give me some tips or hints. That'd be greatly appreciated. And what I'll do is I've got a few projects coming up, so I'll be using this, and I will then review it again in, I don't know, maybe a year's time or something, and see if it's still running. So yeah, as always, thank you very much if you've made it to the end of the video. I really do appreciate it. If you've enjoyed this, please give it a like, give it a thumbs up, please subscribe and share, and I'd greatly appreciate that. Thanks very much. Oh, fuck. Oh.